All right, Shalom, Alexei Cole, Lord, Allah was on Prince on Glory, and he was the Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rukar, Dash, the Mouse, Pasa, Ilsgrim, Milson, Bless God, Elect, few sisters, Islam foreigners, waking us during the truth. Okay, this is an article from BBC News, and it's a news update of what's happening around the world. As you already know, them Arabs, some Ishmaelites are facing, famine over there, man. All right, I'm just going to get straight into the article. It's going to explain why. Entire Gaza population at critical risk of famine. UN-backed assessment has said that the Gaza population, around 2 million Palestinians, are at critical risk of famine and faces extreme levels of food insecurity as Israeli blockade of humanitarian aid continues. So there it is right there. Israelis. This is the fight, the wars between the Ishmaelites and them JWOs. The latest report by the Integrated Food Security Phase classification said there has been a major deterioration since October 2024, but conclude famine was not currently occurring. The 2-month ceasefire between Israel and Hamas led to a temporary reprieve in Gaza, and the report said that renewed hostilities and an Israeli blockade ongoing since March aid reserved by any improvements. Some 244,000 people were currently experiencing the most severe and catastrophic levels of food insecurity, and call for urgent acting and providing the increasingly likely risk of famine. Israel renewed its military operation in Gaza, and in March has provided food, medication, and other aid from entire Gaza. For 7 days, saying it's putting pressure on Hamas to release its remaining hostages. So as I'm reading, you can see why they're doing this, man. This is over event that took place. I believe it was October 7th. It was Hamas bombed Israel and took hostages. Alright. Jeremy Bowen, Netanyahu's plan for Gaza risks dividing Israel, killing Palestinians, and horrifying the world. Malnutrition rises in Gaza as Israeli blockade enters third month. There has been international condemnation of blockade, including the UN, which has supplies Gaza border crossing ready to enter if Israel allows. Aid agencies have been said that blockade could be a war crime and amounts to a poverty starvation. The IPC assessment released on Monday found 500,000 people and 1 in 5 were facing starvation in Gaza, and says nearly 71,000 children under the age of 5 was expected to be acutely malnourished over the next 11 months to April 2026. It added many households are resorting extreme measures to find food, including begging and collecting garbage to sell to buy something to eat. The report said the current situation compared to October 2024 analysts represent a major deterioration in one of the world's most severe food malnutrition crisis driven by conflict characterized by untold human suffering. It analyzed found that 1.9 million people, or 93% of Gaza's population, were living through high levels of acute food insecurity, including 244,000 experiencing catastrophic levels. The IPC, a global initiative by UN agencies, groups, and governments, and primary mechanism the international community uses to conclude whether a famine is happening. Israeli officials have denied there is no hunger crisis. This man's the devil, man. He's lying. Israeli officials have denied there is no hunger crisis in Gaza because of the quantity of aid that entered during the ceasefire. Chris tell you that he's the father of lies, man. Alright, this man he lied about anything, man. It's nothing to him. It comes as Hamas said it would release Israeli American hostages Aidan Alexander as part of efforts to reach a ceasefire agreement. The group said it has intended to facilitate deal for the entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza. The Israeli Prime Minister official said it has not committed any ceasefire, but only to safe corroded for Mr. Alexander release. U.S. President Donald Trump arrives in the Middle East on Tuesday. Israel has vowed to expand a military offense against Hamas if no deal is reached by the end of this visit. Israeli conflicts have said the plans for their expanded offensive, including seizing all the territory, indefinitely forcibly displacing Palestinians to the south and taking over aid distribution with private companies, despite opposition from the UN and its humanitarian partners, who said they will not cooperate because it appears to weaponize aid. In a report, the IPC said that aid distribution plans were estimated by highly insignificant, and it was expected that large parts of the population would face significant issues when accessing the proposed distribute sites. The war was triggered by them. Here it is. The war. This is why the people in Gaza, the Ishmaelites, are facing that famine. The war was triggered by Hamas-led attacks of southern Israel on October 7, 2023, which saw about 12,000 people were killed and more than 250 taken hostages. Some 59 hostages remain in Gaza. Up to 24 of them are believed to be alive. Israeli military campaign has killed 52,862 people in Gaza, according to the Hamas-run Healthy Ministry. So it's just that back and forth conflict between them. All right. But point being, I just listen is that shit's gonna come over here. Family's gonna come over here in America. All right, you watch the videos on this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them people are fighting over cornmeal and, you know what I'm saying? What's that shit called? Mallets or some shit like that. It's like that, them grains or whatnot. They fighting over, man. You know, they desperate, basically. Okay. But I'm gonna get this. Matthew 24 and 3 says, and as he said upon the Mount Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, "Tell us, what shall these things be, and what shall be the sign that coming in the world?" This is what the Lord said. It says, "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places." Are we not seeing that in the news? All right. If you're watching news, not mainstream media news, but go on YouTube, go alternative news stations. All these things the Lord said is happening. All right. That's how we know He's close to His own return. Him returning. All right, and setting things back in order, because those are going to be signs to look for. All right. 2 Ezra 16 and 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish in famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the sea shall be cast down. And that's coming to America, man, real soon. All right. You're going to have many people. The Lord's going to use famine as a main tool for death in this country. Because people have been proud, all right? And you look at these Americans, man, all right? They just do what the fuck they want to do. And then they into, worshiping Satan and shit, especially our people, man. This whole thing about Diddy, they're telling you that the freak goes deeper than that, aligning themselves with Satan, worshiping Satan. All right, and like I said, these people, they have no form of godliness. All right, here it is, the brothers out there. I'm talking about our people, man. Fuck everybody else. Our people, you know what I'm saying? Brothers are all these camps around the world, telling them what they shouldn't be doing, telling them to turn back to the Lord. And what they do, they wave the hand at us and talk shit about us. They make videos saying, "I'm tired of these Hebrews, these black Hebrews, like niggas." And all shit like that. They talking shit about us. So ultimately what they doing, they talking shit about the Lord. That's what they don't understand. They saying F you, Lord, and all these other things. All of those rebuttal and smart comments that they saying to us, all right, they speaking to the Lord, man. Because the Lord speaks through us, man. All right. We coming with His words. We ain't coming with our words. All right. So they're saying F the Lord. So what do you expect to happen, man? After you disrespect the Lord like that, He gonna give you over to these plagues, man. He can give you over to the sword. He can't use you. Like Jakes or moles, you women are hoes. Alright? And you just rebellious, so it's over with, man. Alright? The shit that's happening in Gaza is gonna come to America real soon. Alright? And you people gonna be having your hands out. You're gonna be wishing you're gonna be hoping for mercy, man. I'm talking about you tribes, man. The Lord ain't gonna give you no mercy. You see what happened over there in Brazil? When the inflation started to hit, You had women doctors and selling that cat. You know what I'm saying? You had people going to zoos eating animals. They eating everything, man. All right, it's gonna happen again, man. On major scale, worse. So you people could get prepared for it, man. Get prepared for it. All right. But yeah, man, it's just another news update that's happening here and around the world. Like I said, and just keep your eyes open, keep watching. All right. Hope I was edified. Give all praise and glory to Yahweh. I'm Rashad Devon, Sponsor Ezra B. Muslim. Please God, nephews is like on the show.